The rain hammered against the windows of my Seattle apartment, mirroring the storm raging inside me. My name is Silas, and until a week ago I was a content man, a software developer with a loving wife and a comfortable life. My wife, Clementine, worked as a marketing manager for a local tech firm. We'd been married for 15 years, a milestone we celebrated with a trip to the San Juan Islands, or so I thought. It started subtly. Clementine began working late more frequently, attributing it to a new project at work. I didn't think much of it. We both had demanding careers. But then came the clipped phone calls, the averted gazes, and the way she seemed to flinch whenever I touched her. I tried to talk to her, but she dismissed my concerns, telling me I was being paranoid. One evening, Clementine said she had to attend a conference in Portland. I kissed her goodbye, a gnawing unease settling in my stomach. Later that night, I went to use her laptop to check our bank balance. We shared all our finances, or so I thought. It was then that I saw it, an email notification from a dating website. My heart leaped into my throat. I hesitated, my fingers hovering over the touchpad. I shouldn't, I told myself, but the seed of doubt had already been planted. I clicked on the email. It led me to a profile, Clementine's profile. There were photos of her, recent ones, and a bio that described her as seeking excitement and adventure. My world tilted on its axis. I scrolled through the profile, each word a fresh wound. Then I saw the messages. She was exchanging flirty messages with a man named Jackson. My blood ran cold. The messages painted a picture of a secret rendezvous in Portland. They talked about a hotel, a restaurant, and whispered promises of passion. I felt sick, betrayed on a level I couldn't have imagined. I closed the laptop, my hands shaking. I paced the apartment, trying to make sense of it all. How could she? Why, I barely slept that night. When Clementine returned the next day, she seemed tired but otherwise normal. She asked about my day and I lied, telling her everything was fine. I couldn't confront her yet. I needed to gather more evidence to understand the extent of her betrayal. Over the next few days, I became obsessed with uncovering the truth. I checked her phone records, her credit card statements, anything that could give me more information. I discovered a series of unexplained charges at restaurants and hotels in downtown Seattle. I followed her, a shadow in her life, watching her meet Jackson for lunch, for coffee, for stolen moments of intimacy. Jackson was a real estate agent, slick and arrogant. He drove a fancy car and wore expensive suits. He was everything I wasn't, or at least, everything Clementine apparently wanted. The sight of them together, laughing and touching, was like a knife twisting in my gut. I wanted to confront them, to scream and shout, but I held back. I needed a plan. I confided in my best friend, Finnegan, a gruff but loyal mechanic. He was shocked but supportive. "You can't let her get away with this, Silas," he said. "You deserve better." Finnegan helped me set up a hidden camera in our living room, disguised as a smoke detector. I knew it was a violation of privacy, but I felt I had no choice. The next week, Clementine told me she had to work late again. I pretended to believe her, but inside I was seething. I checked the camera feed from my phone. At 8 p.m., Jackson arrived at our apartment. Clementine greeted him with a kiss, and they disappeared into the bedroom. I watched the footage, my heart breaking with each passing moment. The sounds coming from the bedroom were unbearable. I felt a rage building inside me, a primal fury I never knew I possessed. I wanted to burst in there and tear them apart, but I restrained myself. I had a plan, and I wasn't going to deviate from it. The next morning, I waited for Clementine to leave for work. Then I called Jackson. I told him I knew about the affair and that I wanted to meet him. He hesitated, but I insisted. I told him I had something he needed to see. We met at a coffee shop downtown. Jackson was nervous, his eyes darting around the room. I handed him a USB drive. "What's this?" he asked. "It's a video," I said. "A video of you and my wife in my bedroom." Jackson's face paled. "You wouldn't," he stammered. "Oh, but I did," I said, a cold smile spreading across my face. "And I've already sent a copy to your wife, Imogen, and your boss." Jackson lunged at me, but I stood my ground. "Touch me and I'll call the police," I said. "Consider this payback for ruining my life." I walked away, leaving Jackson speechless and trembling. I knew his life was about to implode. I then went home and waited for Clementine. She arrived a few hours later, her face etched with worry. "Silas, we need to talk," she said. "Yes, we do," I replied. I played the video of her and Jackson on the living room TV. She watched in horror, tears streaming down her face. "I'm so sorry," she sobbed. "It was a mistake. I don't know what I was thinking." "A mistake," I said, my voice dripping with sarcasm. 15 years of marriage and you throw it all away for a mistake. "I still love you," she pleaded. "No, you don't," I said. "You love the idea of me, the security I provide, but you don't love me. Get out, Clementine, I want a divorce." She left, sobbing and begging for forgiveness, but I didn't waver. I was done. I was hurt, angry, and betrayed, but I was also free. I spent the next few months rebuilding my life. I focused on my work, reconnected with old friends, and started taking guitar lessons, something I'd always wanted to do. The divorce was messy, but I came out on top. Clementine lost everything: her job, her reputation, and her marriage. Jackson's life was also in ruins. His wife left him and he was fired from his job. Karma, it seemed, had a way of evening the score. One day, a few months after the divorce was finalized, I received a call from Imogen, Jackson's ex-wife. She thanked me for exposing the affair. "I knew something was going on," she said, "but I couldn't prove it. You saved me years of heartache." We met for coffee. Imogen was beautiful, intelligent, and kind. We talked for hours, sharing our stories of betrayal and heartbreak. We discovered a shared sense of humor and a mutual love for hiking in the Cascade Mountains. Over time, our friendship blossomed into something more. I never thought I could love again, but Imogen showed me that it was possible. We found solace in each other's company, a shared understanding of the pain of betrayal, and a hope for a brighter future. We married a year later in a small ceremony overlooking Puget Sound. The rain had stopped and the sun was shining. It was a new beginning, a testament to the resilience of the human heart. Clementine eventually moved away, seeking a fresh start. I heard through mutual acquaintances that she was working as a waitress in a small town in Oregon. I felt no satisfaction in her misfortune, only a sense of closure. I had moved on, found love again, and built a new life. The betrayal had left scars, but it had also made me stronger, more resilient, and more appreciative of the love I now shared with Imogen. The storm had passed, and the sun was finally shining. That's my story, a testament to the pain of betrayal and the possibility of healing. If you're going through something similar, know that you're not alone. It's okay to feel lost and broken, but don't give up hope. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and you deserve to find it. Remember, betrayal is a reflection of the betrayer, not of you. Stay strong, stay true to yourself, and never stop believing in the power of love.